Welcome back to Leeds Lately. Leeds have just lost 2-1 away at Coventry in a game where we really underperformed. I've just obviously got off the watch along and I'm just so disappointed in this game. Like, from start to finish, actually no, from the 10th minute to about the 80th minute, we just were not good enough. We just were not good enough in this game. And it's worrying coming the end of the season. Of course, Ipswich lost, right? And Leicester, I would imagine Leicester have probably won by now. Actually, let's have a look. I did have it up. Doesn't matter, does it? Leeds needed to win that game because Ipswich dropped points. So Leeds have lost that game. And we just didn't play the ball fast enough. We didn't move the ball fast enough. Our players were off it. I thought Kamara had a poor game. I thought Bamford had a poor game. People crying out for Mateo Joseph, and he nearly assisted the equaliser. It's just the many things went wrong. Many things went wrong. People blamed Meslier for the first Coventry goal. I don't think it was Mellier's fault at all. As Jur always says, it's always a series of errors. I think there was a couple of Leeds players who, instead of clearing the ball away, they just let the player cross it back into the box, like when he hooked it over his head. Instead of just trying to shield that out for a goal kick, you've just got to be safe and clear it. They let him put it back into the box, a couple of headers, and it's in the back of the net. And then, of course, they scored again, which the second one, bad defending again, but a really good finish from Haji Wright. The way it came over the top and the way he just slotted it past Meslier with the outside of his boot. But other than their goals, they didn't offer a massive amount. They had a lot of possession in the first half. They outplayed us. We looked poor. But as it got later into the game, Leeds started bringing on more players, and we swapped off Glenn Kamara and put Gray in the midfield and then put Connor Roberts at right back. From them, we looked a little bit better. But even when we scored our goal and potentially could have scored our second goal, we didn't look good. We really didn't look good. We still looked very poor. And I think Leeds seriously need to think about how we're going to be able to move the ball faster in these situations and in these games, because for me, we really struggled. We were so slow trying to build up from the back. There was no urgency. It didn't seem like we were trying to come forward. Now, it's not all doom and gloom, right? We scored the goal. Joel Peru scored the goal. Let's finish the game and we'll talk about the overall situation. Joel Peru finished that chance well. The first one came to him and he just tapped it into the, well, it seems weird to tap it into the top corner, but it's kind of what he did. He just kind of side-footed it in. And then the second chance came to him. Mateo Joseph flicked a lovely ball around the corner to him, and somehow he didn't put that in the back of the net. I don't know how he didn't score that. And then our corner right at the end. That really annoyed me. 95th minute corner or whatever it is. Gone past the injury time, right? Mellier's gone up for it, and Nonto hits the first man with his corner. It's awful. How many teams do you see that actually happen with? Them hit the first man with the corner. It very rarely ever happens. You take all the chance of actually scoring the goal out of the game. So, in summary, we need to move the ball faster. We looked like we had more control of the game in midfield by having Gruev in, but we didn't look like we had any ideas going forward. Jorginho was poor as well. I don't think he created anything other than, obviously, he played pretty poorly, but managed to create the goal for Joel Peru in the end. But it's just an overall very disappointing game. Now, we're going to move on to the context of the situation here. Leeds have lost a game for the first time this calendar year. That's one game we've lost in 15. That's really good, right? That's a really good run. It was going to come to an end at some point. It's not the end of the world also because Ipswich have lost. And what we need to remember is we don't need to be better than Ipswich and Leicester. We need to be better than Ipswich or Leicester for these last 5 games. That's it. We need to be better than one of those two and we'll get promoted. That's what we need. Unless Southampton do something absolutely miraculous and 2 of us just completely fall away somehow. So you've got to take the context of the situation. A, that's our first loss of the year, so we've been on a really good run and we were due one. B, Ipswich, of course, lost as well. And so they don't gain any points on us. We stay the same in relationship to them. So we're just fighting them for that second place spot if Leicester go on to continue to win their games. But there's every chance that Ipswich drop points and we win, or Leicester drop points and we win at another point during the season, these last 5 games. So just take it with a bit of context, this situation. It's not the end of the world. we need to just be calm, level-headed, and go on to the next games. Look, our running is easier than those other teams, other than last game of the season against Southampton. Let's not let it get to that. Let's win our next few games. Let's win our next 4 games, and then the Southampton game won't even matter. I genuinely think if we win 4 of the next 5, we're promoted. If we win 4 of the next 5 and lose against Southampton or draw against Southampton, then I think we've done enough to go up. But yeah, don't panic too much, because I genuinely think we'll be all right. We'll be okay. So yeah, it's just about taking it with a little bit of context, because I know people will be panicking. I already had people in the live chat saying, playoffs, it's just playoffs now. We're not going to get promoted. Have some faith. Have some faith. That's the message from this video. Have some faith. Yes, we lost, but even when we lost, we could have drawn. Like, even when we played really badly, we still could have drawn the game 2-2 right at the end. So we just need to take that little bit of context with it. I think Nonto wasn't fully fit, Gruev wasn't fully fit, Roberts wasn't fully fit, so they didn't start. They didn't come on until later in the game, and I think what that'll do is that'll help next game we play, with them being able to play a few more minutes and help us out in that way. So I think having those players come back will have seen us out of this little sticky period. I think, look, we drew against Watford. We managed to get a win against whoever the last team we played was. Honestly, I can't remember with that many things going on. And we've now lost 1. So we'll be back to winning ways next time. Honestly, we'll be back to winning ways, and we'll be playing a lot better. Hopefully the form picks up of the players and everything like that, because at the moment, like I said, the main issues are not moving the ball fast enough, not enough urgency to get forward, and a lot of players are giving the ball away in situations where they shouldn't be giving the ball away. I did think one thing I noticed from the game, particularly to go into a sort of, not necessarily a tactical side of things, but a little thing that I noticed was that a lot of the time when Firpo had the ball out on the wide left, he wanted Somerville to come and overlap him and come and give him an option to play the ball down the line to him. But Somerville often was quite inside, like towards the centre of the box, on the outside of the box. And he wasn't really giving Firpo that option. So Firpo then had to come back to Kamara, who then was closed down, had to go back to Ampadu. And it didn't allow us to do those little interchanges of passes and overlaps and underlaps and stuff to get players down the line to cut the ball across the box. Because that happened in the first half a couple of times, and we managed to get the ball across into a good area and nearly created something into that corridor of uncertainty, which we love on this channel. But as the game went on and as the game progressed, I did feel like we didn't create enough down that side, which is usually where we're most dangerous. We saw when Connor Roberts came on, him and Dan James were trying to play with each other, and also Nonto and Connor Roberts was trying to play with each other down that right-hand side. And I don't think Somerville offered enough support going past Firpo to try and give him an option in this game. I think that's something that we need to potentially work on. But yeah, overall message of this video is be positive, don't panic. We're still going to get an automatic promotion spot. That's what I'll say. So thanks for watching Leeds Lately, and I'll see you in the next one.